Okay, probably not the best idea I've ever had, but probably not the worst, maybe. Okay, so it's been really cold lately, and uh, I tried to walk on water last February, but I think today it might be a good day because here's my my frog pond, as I call it. It is nice and frozen, so I'm going to walk on water a little bit. Ooh, that's actually really nice and thick. See, get off the get off of that, you silly goose. Only I may walk on water, Doug. Doug. Okay, and okay, don't walk on water with me. Doug's like very brave. You're full faith, Doug. I'm going to shallow end just in case it breaks. But you know, there is this idea walking on water. There's a time, and apparently they've been walking on water already. I got some paw prints out here. There is a time and a place to walk on water. So, I'm still a little nervous. Now, I know it's like 2 or 3 inches thick, which is plenty for somebody of my... Doug, you're on the... Doug! You're on the water. You're on the walking on water, too. Okay, so anyway, it's 50 degrees out today, but the ice is holding, sort of. I'm gonna exit the ice now. Anyway, I wanted to walk on the water. I wanted to walk on the ice. And I've been talking myself into this the last few days. And because I can just see all the ways this would go very poorly, very badly for me. Part of my creativity. So, but anyway, yeah, this is walking on water. So I did want to kind of walk on water a little bit today. I'm going to try it again. So you can kind of tell it's pretty thick ice. So I'm going to walk across my pool all the way across. Of course, I'm sliding because I'm a wimp. But I love it, Doug. Anyway, that's a little bit of walking on water. See, some things in life, it's more about timing. The timings of God. You know, so there's a time and a place to walk on water. Now, of course, I know, yes, it's ice. Okay, yeah, okay. The lack of energy and the water molecule crystallizes and all that. Okay, I get it. I taught states of matter. But the conditions change. See, sometimes in life, your conditions will change, and you got to be aware of those. And when the conditions are right. Now, when Peter, when he walked on water, he'd been on Galilee his whole life. But when Jesus was on the water, the conditions had changed. And so Peter asked, hey, if you bid me come, I'll come. And Jesus said, sure. And Peter got out of the boat. So been thinking a lot about this. My daughter actually, I think I'll throw up a picture here. My daughter, Abby, actually made me a picture of Jesus walking on water, which I thought was pretty cool. So I'm going to walk on water again. That was fun. You want to go with me, Doug? Just don't jump, because that doesn't really work too well. Or that introduces a whole variable that I am not altogether. Man, this is nice. I love it. I'm going to walk this way across the water, because this is where I jumped in. Seriously, Doug? Okay. This is where of course, now it's cracking there, so this may be a good time to exit. Woohoo! I just walked across the water. Yeah, hey, Doug, that's not a good idea. Hey, Doug, you gotta get off there. I was a bad example to you, because this will eventually defrost, but thaw, I think that's the right word. Anyway, so the lesson about walking on water is sometimes you gotta go for it and sink and just and get out of the pool and dry off. Other times the conditions change, so we've got to be watching for conditions. There comes a time when Jesus is on the water and he bids us come, we step out. And there's other times when it's been like 10 degrees for 2 weeks. That's a good time to walk on water as well. Okay, so I'm all dressed up doing business today. I wanted to get on the ice one more time before it all melts, because today is going to be nice and warm and sunny. And of course, Doug wanted to get out here with me. Hey, Doug. Yeah, yeah. You are such a brave man, or stupid like me. I don't know. You know, great minds think alike, right, Doug? And so do weak minds. But so I'm walking on the ice. Had to just get one more chance out here. Um, Man, kind of fun. But don't really have any deep thing I wanted to put in this video, but I'll probably think of something deep later, or what I think is deep. But yeah, out in the middle of my pool, walking on water. It's not breaking yet, so that's good. Walking on water. Yeah. Again, it's conditions change. That was the thing I was thinking about. And yeah, I knew there was something I thought was meaningful that I was going to share. Okay, so states of matter. Ice, or a solid form of water, or H2O. Okay, so water is what we typically refer to as the liquid form of H2O, and water vapor, water, and then ice. Okay, or snow, or sleet, or whatever. Well, I'm standing on top of water right now, or H2O, but it's frozen. Well, what that is, and I did this whole thing with my students, we had some fun with this, is there is no such thing as cold. Cold is just the absence of heat. So you remove the heat from something, it solidifies and becomes a solid. Okay, okay, basic science there. But here's the thing, what I was saying about spiritual connection. So in life, God says, be at peace. You know, don't be anxious. Be anxious for nothing. With prayer and supplication, make your requests be known to God. You know, these kind of things. But he says, don't worry. Don't worry about tomorrow. Sufficient for each day is the trouble thereof. Okay, so God's basically saying, chill out. He's saying, don't worry about this. And what happens when we chill out is what you see on here. Doug's coming out to us. What happens when you chill out is you're able to hold more. You're able to walk on water. You're able to rise above things. The conditions change as they have on this pool. The conditions on this pool have changed because the energy's gone. The frustration's gone. I did a video about this a while back. How when you're swimming or in the water, if you just relax, your body naturally floats. So to drown, you have to struggle. Okay, I don't know if you've seen these videos of babies that can learn how to swim. They just flip over and they relax and they float up to the top. Anyway, I don't know. I just had that idea, and I was sitting right over there, October 2016, and I was frustrated and blah 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 and all this kind of stuff, and God said, stop squirming. And that was, God kind of has those, hey Doug, seriously dude. Okay, I gotta wean you from this, because I don't think this is gonna be a good idea later today, but probably not a good idea now. But anyway, here's the deal. So stop squirming, stop getting all anxious, stop getting all heated. Okay, so when we chill out, when we relax, when we're at peace, things change, the conditions change, and then again, one other idea I want to say, and then I'm going to get off the ice here, is sometimes you have to take the risk. You don't know exactly the conditions, and you can't guarantee everything in life. Life is risky, okay, and you can't avoid risk. Well, you can, see how that works out for you. But one last thing, I was almost 2 years ago, I went shooting, and it was interesting because one of my friends and a friend and I were discussing this my propensity to ready, shoot, aim, ready, fire, aim. And I don't really think I do that. I think I aim, but I'm quick. I'm quick to the draw, if you will. And he was frustrated because he thinks I should aim longer and take my time aiming before I shoot. Anyway. But here, when I went to this shooting range a couple years ago with my AR, they were teaching this strategy, and I'd taken it to the gun range and done the typical, you squeeze, right? Okay, your typical ready, aim, fire. Well, this range was actually saying In the military, that's not what they do. What they do in the military is they get their target in sight, and then they bring their gun up, and as soon as the reticle, the target, the scopes or whatever it is, there's a fancy word for it, but the reticule, the aim marker, whatever that's called, I'll put it down below because I can't think of it right now. But as soon as, so you have your eye on the target, and as soon as the scope hits the target, pull the trigger. So it's ready, target, focus on your target, then you pull up the gun as soon as that. And I did that, and man, I did a lot better. Okay, I'm still not Annie Oakley or something, but at that point I was hitting the target much better. And so then in the military, that's apparently how they train people in the military. And I think with water, I think with walking on water, sometimes you just got to go for it. I mean, I'm sure Peter could swim. I mean, you know, he's on the Sea of Galilee his whole life. And I'm sure there's sometimes in life that we're going to step out and it's not going to work the way we expect it to, and you're going to sink. And so a year ago, I stepped off there, and God had been speaking to me, and I just like, well, what's the worst that can happen? I'll sink to the bottom, walk over to the and get out and be all cold, and I'll have a story. Now, but I just can't live, I personally can't live my life with this regret of what if I had tried, what if I had asked that question, done that thing, sought that, talked to those people, made that phone call. You know, I'm not going to live my life with the regret. So I wanted to get out here today because, as you can see, the water is starting to get less frozen. And today it's supposed to get in the 50s. Tomorrow it's going to be in the 60s. So this may be my last chance to walk on water this year. So anyway, but again, step out in faith. You got to, you know, ready. You know, have your target. I think that's the thing, what I kind of learned from that shooting. Have your target in mind, and then as soon as things line up, you take the shot. You don't focus on the sights. That's the word, big word, right? You don't focus on the sights of your gun and then try to find your target. And that's what most shooters do. Well, in this thing is you focus on the target, and as soon as your sights tap the target, you pull the trigger. Anyway, so something to think about. As in life, we all have a chance as conditions change and as faith arises, and as in something, you know, bubbles up in you, and you're like, yeah, that right there. You know, it's maybe time to step out onto the frozen pool. I mean, anyway, shalom.